What's up, words? How you guys doing? Today we're gonna talk about how to keep it simple when you're starting your fitness journey. Let's keep it simple, man. A lot of you guys are adding too much variables. A lot of you guys are adding too much in your plate, and that's gonna set you up for failure. So I'm gonna give you some tips of how to just come in with that right mindset and knowing that the key here is to get the most possible by doing the least, because when it comes to fitness, when it comes to getting the results, because it's not going to be the more you do. So a lot of people get it twisted, because it's always like, oh, well, if I pick up more weight, or if I go heavier, or if I do 2 workouts a day, or if I do cardio on top of my workout, I'm going to get the results quicker. When it comes to fitness, man, you're going to learn the hard way if you don't know what you're doing, that it's not the more you do. It's trying to get the most out of doing the least possible. Why? Because then you have room to progress. You have room to add more. If you start adding a bunch of shit right off the back, you will plateau. You're going to come into a halt, or you're going to quit because it's too much for you, or you're not going to be consistent because you added too many variables that you can't handle, or you'll get tired, or you'll get frustrated, or there's 1,000 things that are going to come your way, and you're pretty much going to set yourself up for failure. That's why you gotta, like I say, and I keep saying it again, you gotta keep it simple. Simple scales, fancy fail. You get too fancy, you get too pumped up, you get all pre-worked out at the beginning when you're motivated. You're motivated, you're pumped up, you're coming in with that good attitude, that positive attitude from the beginning. But everybody goes through that. Everybody's gonna experience that at the beginning. But that's the wrong approach. We're getting we're coming in wrong, because it shouldn't be oh yeah, let me add more and I'm gonna get more. Like, people gotta understand that you gotta just set yourself up with something that you could do, something that you're gonna actually pull off. Nothing too extreme where damn well that you haven't even been consistent, you haven't even worked on your discipline to handle all the workload. So be honest with yourself, be realistic with yourself, and commit to something. So start off by committing yourself to 1 or 2 days. Start working out towards that, then add another day. So that's 3 days that you're working out of the week, where like you're consistent. Consistency will beat fucking consistency is what's going to be you just actually adding more to your program or to your fitness journey. When you're consistent on going 3 days, other than coming in Hulk status and trying to do 6 days out of the week workouts, where you're only going to last a week or 2 before you give up, before you quit, before you start feeling like it's too much for you. So the whole point here is, that's what I get a lot, including with my clients, that they come in, they're trying to add more. They want to add burpees, they want to add cardio, they want to do extra, always extra, when and it's always at the beginning, because towards down the line, once they're in their journey, they're always missing. They're always trying to see if, well, is it gonna hurt me if I don't go to work out today? I got real busy, shit got on the way, it's gonna hinder my growth. I'm like, see, like, a lot of people don't understand that life's gonna come hit you. Life's gonna there's a lot of obstacles that are gonna come your way especially when you're starting your fitness journey, especially when you're starting a nutrition plan where your habits ain't aligned yet. Your habits ain't strong yet for you to follow through. So it's always going to be a minor setback. It's always going to be these challenges that are going to try to derail you. And that's why you have to create that mindset throughout the journey. But obviously there's steps. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run. And people right away, they want to get to the end result, or they'll try to jump steps, or they try to run to the end goal. And you know what, it doesn't work, man. I see so many people crashing, so many people giving up, because they're so antsy, they're rushing the process. And I know everybody wants results. I know everybody, that's what they're after, results. They want them as fast as possible. But when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to building muscle, it's not going to work like that. It's not going to be like, when you're at a business, or starting your business, which, you know, the more you put in, you know, the more money you're going to get, or the more calls that you make, the more money you might get, you know, the more, you know, it's more about action there. You know, it's about how much more you're going to put in than the other person that's doing the same thing. That right there is totally different when it comes to working on yourself, building yourself, creating that, you know, that warrior within you. That does not happen overnight. That does not come, you know, overnight. And that's where, you know, a lot of people fail. A lot of people think that this is exactly how it's going to work, especially if, you know, I have clients that, you know, own their business, they run their own business, they're successful in that area and making money. They rack some chips, you know, like no problem. You know, I had one of the best, you know, team members on here that's just he's a high level individual, but, you know, he was like honest enough to tell me like, damn man, it's easier to make 100,000 a week than getting a six-pack, man. I keep trying and I always, you know, end up falling short or end up, you know, cracking, you know. And I'm like, well, that's something that you got to work on. You have something that's, you know, that right there, it's going to take discipline and sacrifice, and that type of sacrifice that it's needed for you to take it to that next level with your physique. It's going to take a lot of work, dedication, a lot of discipline, which most people don't have, especially when it comes to food. You know, food is like the last thing that you're able to kick off, and that's where, you know, once you have that under control, once you master that, it's what they call your master self, because you master yourself on not cracking or indulging on what the most common thing, or the most, you know, man, the most tasteful food that's there, but that's hurting you at that moment, because you're not where you want to be, you know, physically, mentally, and health wise. So you don't have your body under control yet, and that's where we're trying to get there. So people get mixed up where they see other fitness influencers or other people that are eating these crazy meals, and they think that, oh well, they're doing this, so I could do it too. Nah, man. There's always a story behind it. There's always a plan behind that. You know, they didn't get there like that. And I gotta keep reminding you guys that that's not how it works. Stop looking at somebody else's success. Stop looking at somebody else's progress. Stop looking at somebody else's life thinking that, you know, or putting in your head or lying to yourself thinking that, oh man, you know, that person did it, so I'm able to do that. But when it comes to food and fitness, you know, it doesn't work that way. You know, you're gonna fall short. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna come to realize that, you know what, that they didn't get there like that. You know, there's always, you know, like I said, you always got to make sure that, you know the full background of that person, where he started. You know, you right away, people want to start, you know, where they're at right now, knowing that it took them years to get there. They forget about that. You know, everybody forgets about, you know, asking that person how long did it take them to get there. So that's where you guys got to check yourself. That's where everybody has to check themselves, because including myself, like till I learned that, you know what, there is no cutting corners, there is no shortcuts when it comes to fitness, nutrition, and working on yourself, personal development. All that's going to take time. All that is going to take a process. All that is going to take you daily sacrificing with what you have to do, and in order for you to get there, you know. And a lot of it's got to do with shit that it's not going to be the more you add, it's going to be removing yourself from all that shit that you've been doing. It's taking away instead of, you know, gaining or trying to do more. It's about taking away and not doing the shit that you know you once, you know, that you were doing before. It's all those bad habits, you know, getting rid of them. So hopefully this video helps, you know, for all you guys that are starting your journey. Like I said, it's not a race. You know, when it comes to fitness, you know, nutrition, you know, building your body, you know, mentally, you know, it's going to take some time. It does not happen overnight. So stop, you know, comparing yourself. Let's run it.